Good morning, loves. This is Mrs. Brown here to talk to you today about elapsed time. But to get us started, I am not going to introduce elapsed time today. Tim and Moby are going to introduce elapsed time today. So I'm going to get a video set up for you here. And we're going to go into elapsed time. All right, so we are going to go over some elapsed time problems together. I'm going to get up for you my screen where you can see our problems. So you will need a blank piece of paper and a pencil. Remember when we were going through Tim and Moby, they did a very basic review of the hour hand is the shorter hand and the minute hand is the longer hand. We do not have a bunch of movable clocks at our home today, so I'm going to teach you two methods. One is the T-chart, and the other is actually using a number line. So let's take a look at what we got here. All right. This says, Evelyn has a dance class every Saturday. It lasts 1 hour and 15 minutes and is over at 12:45 p.m. What time does Evelyn's dance class begin? So it lasts 1 hour and 15 minutes and is over at 12:45. So I am actually, because we're going back to where it begins, we're counting back in time, not forward in time. So I'm going to find 12:45. Now I can see that my number line is broken up into fives because I've got 12, 12:05, 12:10, 12:15, 12:20, 12:25, 12:30, which you know is halfway. Similar to if you looked on a clock, 30 is pointing down that way. 12:35, 12:40, 12:45, 12:50, 12:55, and 1. So let's go back to 12:55, 12:50, and 12:45, because this is when the dance class is over. We are going back 1 hour and 15 minutes. So remember, Tim and Moby addressed that we're going to take care of that hour first. So we need to hop back from 12:45 to 11:45. So this is 12. This is 11:55, 11:50, 11:45. So now that we've addressed our hour, we're done with that and we only have 15 minutes. And these are in intervals of 5, so we just go back 5, 10, 15. This is when her dance class starts. Now, let's count up to make sure that we have the right time. So we got 11, 11:05, 11:10, 11:15, 11:20, 11:25, and her class starts at 11:30. So Evelyn's dance class begins at 11:30 a.m. That's how we use a number line. When you use a number line, you always know that you can count in intervals of 5. And you always want to count in intervals of 5 when we're doing time. Let's move on to another one. Beth got on the bus at 8:06 a.m. 35 minutes later, she arrived at school. What time did Beth arrive at school? We're going to use a T-chart to do this one. I'm going to see that Beth got on the bus at 8:06 a.m. It takes her 35 minutes to get to school. 35 minutes later, she arrived at school. So instead of counting back in time, now we're counting forward in time. So let's figure out what time 35 minutes later is if we started at 8:06. So I'm going to start my t-chart over here. 8:06 goes right here. And because we're only doing minutes, I'm going to put minutes right here. We don't have to address hours because it's only 35 minutes. But I am going to start counting 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. Now, this one is not as simple because 8:06 is not on an even 5. It's not a 5, a 10, a 15. It's not a multiple of 5. So because of that, I'm going to start 8:06 and count 5 from 8:06. I'm just going to count up from 8:06. So 8:06, 8:07, 8:08, 8:09, 8:10, 8:11. 8:11, 8:12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41. So that means, at what time did Beth arrive at school? She arrived at school at, Beth arrived at 8:41 a.m. Let's try one more problem and then I'll have an exit ticket question for you. Oh, let's do 2 more problems. All right. Leo records his sister's piano recital. The recital starts at 1:15 p.m. and lasts 1 hour and 22 minutes. What time does the recital end? So now we have an hour that we have to deal with. I'm going to do this both ways for you so you can see the number line way and the t-chart way. So let's start with the number line way. If the recital starts at 1:15, I am going to make my first number here 1 p.m. I'm going to make my next number in the middle 2 p.m. and it will go to 3 p.m. Now we know that it won't go all the way to 3 p.m., but we have to add that there to make sure that we have enough room to count if needed. So then I know that this is my halfway would be 1:30. I got 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55. Remember I said that this was 1:30. Since that's a kind of a benchmark time is what I'll call that. I'm going to write that down so I remember. This would be 2:30. And I've got 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 2:55. All right. So it starts at 1:15 p.m. So I'm going to find 1:15. 1, 1:05, 1:10, 1:15. This is when the piano recital starts. Now, I know that we have to address the hour first. Since we're looking at when it ends, from when it begins, we're counting forward in time. So I am going to go forward an hour from 1:15 to 2:15. Here's my 2, 5, 10, 15. Here is 2:15. That means that I've addressed my hour. But I still have 22 minutes. So I'm going to start by counting in intervals of 5 till I get to 20. Then I'll add those two at the end. So 2:15. We've got 5, 10, 15, 20. This puts us at 2:35, but I have to add 2 more minutes because I have 22 minutes, not 20. So 35, 36, 37. So what time does the piano recital end? It ends at 2:37. I'm also going to show you the T-chart way if that makes more sense for you. So we are going to make 2 T-charts for this one, just like Tim and Moby did, because we got to take care of the hour and the minutes. So I'm going to start with one here and add one here. It starts at 1:15. And this is going to be hours. And 1 hour puts me at 2:15. Because I've taken care of my hour now, I'm going to put 2:15 over on this side so I can add my minutes. And I've got 22 minutes, so I'm going to start in intervals of 5, 10, 15, 20, and then plus 2 to get to 22. So we're at 2:15 to 20 to 25 to 30 to 35 plus my 2 equals 2:37. It's the same thing. We're going to do another problem that involves starting backwards in time. And we're going to do a T-chart with this one because I want you to see how we subtract instead of add when we go backwards in time. So this one says, James rides the train from Center City to Lakeside. The train ride lasts for 18 minutes. The train arrives at Lakeside Station at 9:12 a.m. What time did the train ride start? So once again, we know when it arrived, but we don't know when it starts, so we're going back in time. So let's do the T-chart method with this one. And we're only doing 18 minutes with this one. But instead of going forward in time, we're going back, which means that we're going to be subtracting. So these are our minutes. But 9:12 is the time that we're starting and going backwards with. So we're going to, instead of add, we're going to subtract multiples of 5 each time till we get to 18. So minus 5, 10, 15, 16, 17, 18. But remember, we're just doing multiples of 5 each time. So let's start with 9, 12. 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7. So 9:07 is 5 minutes before 9:12. Subtract another 5. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. 9:02. We're going to subtract another 5, but something crazy is going to happen. And that is, we're going to have to go back in the hour previous. So remember, the way that time works is it goes up to 60. So when I go to subtract and I go back over into another hour, I'm going to go to 59. So watch how this works. 9:02, 9:01, 9, 8:59, 8:58, 8:57. And then I subtract another 3 because I've got 18 minutes, not 15. So I've got 8, 57, 56, 55, 54. So what time did the train ride start? Our math says 8:54. The way that we can check that is see that if we did it going forward, does it match? So let's check that. We start at 8:54. Let's see what 18 minutes in ahead of time is. So 5, 10, 15, 16, 17, 18. So 8:54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 8:54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59. Remember, we're going in time, so it stops at 60 and we go ahead. So 59, 9, 9:01, 9:02, 9:03, 9:04. 9:05, 9:06, 9:07, 9:08, 9:09. Plus another 3, 9:09, 9:10, 9:11, 9:12. And look what our end number is. Same thing. So this is how we checked our work, by going ahead in time instead of going back in time. All right, y'all. This is your exit ticket. Go ahead, take this, pause it, finish, and turn it into your teacher. Have a fantastic Thursday, and we'll see y'all next week. Okay, bye.